What's up, guys? Jose Young's here for the MMA Fighting official weigh-ins here in Las Vegas for UFC 239. We're getting them started immediately at 9 a.m. Diego Sanchez is about to step on the scale. Self-described Jedi, as he told me yesterday at the UFC 239 Media Day, said he's discovered secrets to anti-aging, ancient secrets. One of the more intense interviews I've ever done. But let's see what we got. $169 for Diego Sanchez, former lightweight title contender, won the Ultimate Fighter as a middleweight, even fought Ricardo Lamas at featherweight, back up to welterweight, bantamweight. Short notice fight against Marlon Chito Vera. Marlon Vera's original opponent, Sugar Sean, fell out after another anti-doping violation, but let's see what Nolan has. $136 for Nolan Hernandez. Vela, who I had the pleasure of speaking with at UFC 239 Media Day yesterday. This is her second fight in the UFC. $135 for Pani Kianzad. One of the more interesting interviews I did yesterday at UFC 239. Found out he was 15 years old when he was watching Gilbert Melendez fight. Now he hits the scale up to get ready for his first fight against him. $145 and a half. 145 and a half for Arnold Allen. Suffolk's own Arnold Allen, the almighty Arnold Allen. Fun fact, he was making his professional MMA debut when Gilbert Melendez was getting ready to fight Benson Henderson for the UFC Championship. Arnold Allen was 0-0 when Gilbert Melendez was making his UFC debut after dominating the Strikeforce scene. Puts that in perspective. Gilbert Melendez laughed in my face when I told him that. Chance for encounter up next. Black Eagle. 170 and a half for Black Eagle, Chance for encounter. No opponent change this time. Pound for pound, the best framer, the longer tenured UFC strawweights on the roster. Takes on Claudia Gadelia, UFC 239. 116 for Randa Quiet Storm Marcos, Iraq's own Randa Marcos. Looking for her first win streak in the UFC. She's traded wins and losses since she made her debut in December 2014. She did have that draw against Marina Rodriguez, and then she followed that up with a submission win over Angela Hill in March. But she's looking for her first back-to-back wins in the UFC, and the man himself, Jorge Masvidal, up next. Gamebred. Taking on Ben Askren, one of the more highly anticipated fights on the card. Let's see what Gamebred has. $170 and a half. 170 and a half for Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. All smiles. Finally got face to face with Ben Askren yesterday at the media day, and Ben Askren asked him, "Why are you mad, bro?" Jorge Masvidal says he wasn't mad, called him out for quote-unquote freezing when they ran into each other in the lobby of a hotel, and he said it for Ben Askren. But up next, Thiago Santos, one half of the main event, takes on John Bones Jones for the UFC light heavyweight championship. Tall order, sunglasses and tall for Mareta.
$204 and a half.
Thiago Mareta Santos. Former middleweight, coming up to light heavyweight. He's been on an absolute tear since making the jump to 205 pounds. Ran through Eric Anders, Jan Blachowicz, Jimmy Manuwa, and now he takes on John Jones, the main event of UFC 239. Says he will be the man to do it, but how many times have we heard that? And as I can see up next, Ben Askren, already stripped down, ready to go. Funky Ben Askren up next.
$171.
171 for Ben Askren. Sticking his tongue out.
I'm done. That's 5 seconds.
171. Doesn't want to pose.
Drink your water if you need to. This is my shot.
Ben Askren does not want to flex. He does not want to pose.
Okay, man, go on.
For funky Ben Askren has no time. He's ready to fight Jorge Masvidal. He says a win over Masvidal will leapfrog him into the next title shot against Kamaru Usman. Whether you agree or not is another story. But up next, Julia Vela, who's one of my favorite interviews, UFC 239 geologist. She was so hyped on that earthquake that went down in Southern California. $135 for Raging Panda, Julia Avila. If you haven't had a chance, I can't recommend that interview enough. Self-described geo-nerd. She actually works for an oil company in her spare time, in her full-time job. And I asked her, would she ever leave that? She said she'll never leave that job. Her direct quote was, "I am a student first, fighter second." But up next, Edmund Shabazian, who takes on Jack Marshman. One of the more heated stare-downs yesterday. He laughed it off, but Jack Marshman was not joking around. Standing there, Edmund Parverden, Ronda Rousey's former coach. Let's see what he hits. $185 for Edmund Shabazian. Takes on Jack Marshman on the Fight Pass prelims, the featured Fight Pass prelim. Is very confident that he will quote-unquote know. And Jack Marshman is up there and is making his 30th pro fight, something like that. But Gilbert Melendez, former Strikeforce champion, former UFC title challenger, hitting the scale next. Been a minute since we've seen Gilbert. Let's see how he hits.
$145 and a half.
145 and a half for Gilbert El Nino Melendez, looking to snap his 4-fight losing streak. Most recently fought at UFC 215 September 2017. Where he came up short to Jeremy Stevens. Before that, he fought Edson Barbosa. Before that, he fought Eddie Alvarez. Before that, he fought Anthony Pettis. So, his run through the UFC most recently is full of killers, and he's looking to snap that against Arnold Allen, who's about 10 or 11 years younger than him. Up next, though, is Amanda Nunez. She's looking a little stressed up there. Her last fight was, of course, at 145 pounds. He's dropping back down to 135. But fiance need to answer off. Is all smiles next to her. Let's see what. She is, of course, the UFC bantamweight and featherweight champion. She most recently knocked out Chris Cyborg to claim the featherweight championship. Now she's dropping that down to 135. And out comes the ring, the hoop, or whatever you want to call it. Looking a little stressed. No. And Nunez in the scale.
$135.
135 for the champion, Amanda Nunez. One half of our co-main event is official. She makes the weight at 135, championship weight. He is so very hyped to make weight. He's stretching, he seems excited, he's ready to go. He's fighting Song Yadong on the ESPN prelims in the first fight.
Never mind. Hold still, baby. Let's go.
135 and a half.
135 and a half for El Diablito, Alejandro Perez. We most recently saw his win streak come to an end against Cody Stamann in the UFC 235, where he was originally supposed to fight Song Yadong before he spun and fell out. All smiles as usual before he hits the scale. Let's see what the man has.
205.
205. John Bones Jones. And just like that, we got ourselves a main event, ladies and gentlemen. John Bones Jones and Thiago Santos makes weight ahead of their light heavyweight title fight in the main event of UFC 239. Of course, John Jones posing, dancing, twerking, whatever you want to call it. He's ready to go, all smiles. I can't remember a time he hasn't made weight that is. Very intense interview. Said he was pissed off, said it was effing ridiculous. He was an underdog, and said it was amazing. But here we go, Jack Marshman.
185.
185 for Welsh Jack Marshman, who said his last day in the Army is Friday. And then he said he's ready, he's excited to show what people can see when he's not worried about his day job or not. Here we go, Michael Case up next, welterweight, takes on Diego Sanchez. First fight of the main card.
170 and a half.
170 and a half for Michael the Maverick Chiesa, making his second fight at welterweight after submitting Carlos Condit at UFC 232. Takes on Alejandro Perez. Alejandro's already made weight. Song Yadong up next.
135 and a half.
135 and a half for Song Yadong, who's on a 3-fight win streak. This is also his first fight in the United States, so international fight week indeed. Most recently came with a decision win over. I asked him what Luke said. He goes, he told me I had small feet. So whatever that means. Jan Rockets hits the scale.
135 205 and a half.
205 and a half for Jan Blachowicz. Takes on Luke Rockhold. The main card. His last fight, he saw his fourth wound should come to an end. Takes on chance from counter in the welterweight bout up next. See fight past prelim. Heard great things about this man. First, another U.S. debut for another fighter on International Fight Week card.
71.
171 for Ismail. His last fight, short notice. One of the biggest underdogs on the card came in and starched his opponent. Already stripped down.
Hold still, Tico.
We can stay here all night. 136.
136. Was not pleased with Bob Vela.
Thanks, bro. Get your shoes.
Supposed to fight Sugar next. Takes on Jan Blachowicz in his light heavyweight debut after years of dominating the middleweight scene.
204 and a half.
204 and a half for Luke Rockhold.
Come on, baby. Can I get a pose for 5 seconds? Just that? Just stand there. Just stand there.
Doesn't really want to pose.
Thank you, love.
Looking to get back into the win column after being knocked out by Holm, one half of our co-main event, the 135-pound championship of the world.
$133 and a half.
133 and a half
5 seconds. 5.
for Holly, the preacher's daughter, Holm. We have ourselves a title fight, ladies and gentlemen. Holly Holm versus Amana Nunez for the UFC Bantamweight Championship is official. No one has missed weight so far. The only one left is Cloudy Gadelia.
115.
115 for Claudia Gadelia. And there you have it, folks. Every fighter has made weight.
Thanks, babe.
Every single fighter has made weight here at UFC 239 official weigh-ins. I hope you enjoyed your time here at MMA Fighting's YouTube page. I am, of course, Jose Youngs, your Sherpa through this mountain we call mixed martial arts here in Las Vegas. We climbed the mountain and we made it, folks. Why I'm making these mountain references is beyond me, but